But oftentimes what happens is if you're not controlling the conversation, they're asking the questions. So the one who actually asks the questions is in control of the conversation, right? The one who's answering the questions is the one not in control. So the sales script is effective because it positions you right from the gate to be the one to ask you questions. That's why I say, hey, you know what, before I go any further, let me ask you just a few basic questions. That's me getting control of the conversation, right? You have to stay in control. Otherwise, if you even, like one thing I never really do, unless it's at the end of my recorded call script, is say, do you have any questions? I never say that throughout the conversation. I never talk about numbers, I never talk about price, because I need to paint the picture like I was telling you. It's our option to paint the picture that they perceive, right? So if they perceive that I'm gonna put together options, then I dug up my own grave. Now I'm walking into a pitch with them believing that it's gonna be a pitch. So if I'm transitioning to my pitch call by saying, okay, I'm gonna put a couple options together, maybe 2 or 3 different options, and I'll call you back at 4 o'clock to go through those options. You're setting them up for a pitch. So what's very effective, that I found very effective, is that at the end of the conversation, before I transition to the second call, they believe that all I'm doing is putting together what the market can give them, right? So I'm not a broker. I don't charge high retail costs or high retail rates, and I don't charge broker points. As a direct lender, I can only show you what you qualify for. So based on this information, I'm gonna go and put that together now. I'm gonna request a copy of your credit report. What's your date of birth, right? So again, they're just feeling like I'm just gonna put it together and say, okay, great. So now after I get all the information, say, okay, I'm gonna go put the details together. And once I have it ready, you'll receive an email to let you know it's ready for review. And you'll probably hear me say this, if you guys hear me, right? If I run into any hiccups or have any questions, I'll call you first before I send it out. So now they're ready for my call. They're actually looking forward to answering the phone on my call. But little did they know, about 10 minutes before I even said that, I already figured out when they're gonna be home, because I asked them, hey, when are you gonna be by a home computer or a tablet to give a consent for the disclosures? So I say that on purpose because I don't want them to think they could do it at work. But I also wanna know when they're gonna be at home, right? And so if they say I'm gonna be home at 6, chances are at 5:30 they're in commute. So I've gotten myself that 30-minute gap. So if I need to conference call the wife or give him a call, I know that their distraction is minimal because I'm on the Bluetooth of their car, right? So I don't have email alerts, meetings, lunchtime, these things distracting them. And then I can pull in all the parties at once. But my pitch is ultimately me giving them a call because I ran into a couple hiccups.